challenge you to watch By the Light of the Silvery Moon and then not sing that song every time you hear that title. I watched By the Light of the Silvery Moon about 3 months ago, and I still cannot get that song out of my head, partly because it's a catchy song, partly because I love Doris Day and I love hearing her sing. This, although not one of my favourite of Day's films, I think she gives a lovely performance, and the narrative is quite compelling. I feel like it's not about very much, but delivers us a lot of emotion. It's definitely a film that's driven by the characters and their own problems than it is by a narrative that needs to be resolved. So this was released in 1953, directed by David Butler, and as I said, it stars Doris Day, who plays Marjorie Winfield, and Gordon MacRae, who plays Bill Sherman. The description from IMDb is as follows. Marjorie Winfield's engagement to Bill Sherman, who has just arrived home from fighting in World War I, serves as the backdrop for the trials and tribulations of her family. So basically they're engaged, but they're coming up against a lot of problems, money worries, doubts about the engagement, family members having different opinions, and the whole narrative is basically, will they get married, won't they get married? And we have some lovely, beautiful scenes of Day singing and the pair seeming quite happy. And for a lot of the beginning, Marjorie is quite a happy character. She's not the most girly, but when she dresses up, she looks stunning. She's got kind of that 2 levels to her personality that make her a really complex, well-rounded, realistic, believable character. And that makes me feel all the more emotion for her because she feels real. When it gets down to the really emotional scenes and we see her distraught and upset and not really sure what to do with herself or with her life, it's effective, and it did affect me, and I think it will bring a tear to your eye because it's emotional. And for me personally, I had no idea where this was going to go. Would it be a happy ending? Would it be a sad ending? I honestly had no idea. I knew what I hoped for, but I didn't know what to expect, and of course, I'm not going to spoil this because that would be a shame, because it's a beautiful, beautiful film. As I said, not my favourite, but I like the progression of it. I like seeing the characters kind of developing both in their own ways and together as a couple. It's also worth pointing out that this is a sequel to On Moonlight Bay, and I haven't seen that one yet because I'm struggling to get a hold of a copy. So if you want to know whether or not you can watch this one before watching the original, yes you can, and it still makes sense. I'm kind of looking forward to watching the other one now that I know how this one concludes, because I like to see the characters in their origins. That's definitely something I'm looking forward to. But By the Light of the Silvery Moon is very enjoyable. It has a lovely soundtrack, mostly because of the song By the Light of the Silvery Moon. It's very addictive. It's a beautiful film. It's visually stunning. Day has some of the most beautiful costumes. Her voice is on top form. Obviously, Gordon MacRae does a great performance as well. There's nothing wrong with this film at all. I thoroughly enjoyed it. If you haven't seen it, I do recommend it. Maybe watch On Moonlight Bay first. As I said, I have yet to find a copy of that film anywhere. I think I found it on DVD once for a ridiculous amount because it was an import. But I will have another look and see what I can find. But for now, I'm very happy with By the Light of the Silvery Moon, and I do hope you get a chance to see it.